afternoon. Once again, I have a good, my best friend in the nursing profession, a woman with a beautiful heart, Dean Ramos. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
Fine, and very, very glad to read your text message before lunch, diba? And, oh my God, sabi ko, this is it. Sabi ko, because everything was falling into place because I had several times texted Arnel, texted you, nobody responded. Sabi ko, no.
Well, for the information of our viewers, Dean Vilma Ramos is a seasoned professor in the undergraduate level and graduate level in nursing. In fact, she is the dean of a graduate nursing program.
I just retired because I am actually 2 years past retirement age. But I retired last year. But you know, people keep on getting me, hearing that I'm already retired. School got me as the dean again of the undergraduate nursing program.
Oh, that's good. Well, it seems that the nursing profession in the Philippines, with the worldwide economic instability, disability, I heard there's even a threat of some nursing schools to be closed. So why would they close nursing schools when in fact the population is increasing worldwide?
Well, we have the CHED, the Commission on Higher Education, which has its standards. And so, since it is now under the new administration of President Pinoy, and everything is going to be, you know, sa matuwid na daan, we have to follow what is really the standard. So in education, all courses are now being monitored, and one of which is nursing. And we have now a CMO number 18, which actually restricts nursing schools to go on if they are below the standards, and one of the standard requirements will be the passing percentage of the nursing graduate.
Well, I think the reason it's low is because the questions in the nursing boards are too difficult, and I think, you know, it is like a conspiracy between, I don't know, but they don't realize, siguro, maybe they just think that, oh, nursing graduates are jobless after graduation because there is no hiring in the United States.
Yes, because almost everybody's going, you know, for US after passing the board here, because that is the dream that they had, and they are having, or they will be having, even if we know that US is now quite, you know, depressed economically, but still the dream is there. So
I think we have to re-educate the thinking that number one, that nursing is not a profession just to enrich yourself through US dollars.
well, yes, the re-education would and must, you know, come from the educators themselves.
Yes.
Because
How do you find these educators that you encountered, madam?
the new breed, well, they are well prepared in terms of educational preparation, no problem about it. But although statistics will maybe show us that we have good educators in nursing. However, it's, I think, the clinical background of practice that most of these educators lack. Because in the board exam, it's something like testing what you will be when you are in practice already. So, my contention is, and I think that I had been in education for 5 or more decades already. I am teaching now what I really know in practice. And if we go on teaching and don't go back to practice, we will also be teaching the old ones, the old measures, procedures,
skills.
and we don't have, updating or continuing it, and we will also be passé, So what I am involving myself in, after teaching or having been resigned from my deanship in the undergraduate nursing course, I went into the graduate course teaching and then deanship later on. But I don't hesitate to go back to undergraduate teaching.
Oh, definitely.
Or management of the undergraduate course, because that is the foundation of the graduate courses. So what I can see now is that our educators in nursing must, keep updated not only in their teaching profession as nursing educators, but they must go back to the clinical area and bring this back again to the classroom to teach new ideas and new practices.
And we have to also remember too that nursing is just not caring physically.
Oh yes, of course.
There's more than that. I
Yes.
mean, we know, we saw that 1 year, more than 1 year ago, we've been discussing about holistic health at the program level. Now I notice disorders, diseases can manifest physically, but actually it is rooted mentally, psychologically, or even spiritually. So I think the direction is really to emphasize that health should be holistic.
Yes, because we are made up of, our being a persona is made up of the physical, the psychological, or what you call the mental, social, and the spiritual.
And I think that there's a growing need for professional healthcare to look into mental and spiritual problems of people.
Exactly, and that is where we will not say that we have to give this priority over the other areas of being a human person.
That materialistic worldview is very dangerous.
Yes. So we will have to make a balance in our teaching, in our dealing with people of these areas. So the physical, the mental, and emotional, because they have to go together, and the social and spiritual, all of this must be well understood by nurses.
Actually, Dean Ramos is part of our proposed Master of Arts in Christian Holistic Health through online learning.
Thank you.
We will continue that, and perhaps to prepare for that graduate program at the undergraduate level, they should be also trained and really emphasize that man is not only physical.
Yes, I think we always have to remember, when we teach, we always see to it that people we teach, whether they are nursing students or our patients themselves or our clients, they must understand that health is always holistic. And anybody who cares for the health of the individual, the community, or the family, will always have to have a holistic approach.
Yes. And
ito lang.
and wellness is the focus, not what is this? What it's although in a materialistic society, they like to focus on the physical because there's business for drugs, there's business for
Oh yes, oh. Because we cannot naman get out of that because the physical is just like the vessel of the soul and the spirit.
Well, a
Which
typical
they,
example is
di ba, sasabihin nila ganun lang yun. Ah, but that is a clear way of looking at it and teaching people that you, as a person, has the body, the soul, the mind, the spirit, and we must function as one.
well, if you really want to be specific about it, say hypertension. Why it's not just because there's high cholesterol, clogging the arteries, or it's anxiety.
Yes, it's the physical, maybe the cholesterol, but the psychological will be the anxiety that makes the cholesterol, go high in your bloodstream, and
So,
creates the hypertension.
Exactly, exactly. Or
ganun nga,
even especially cardiovascular diseases.
Which, lifestyle diseases.
So we go back again to the idea that if you are physically, mentally, and spiritually well, then there is no disease.
Yes. Yeah, in other words, these four areas siguro will have to be interrelated, and they cause maybe the physical is caused by a spiritual or psychological reason or underlying cause. So that's why we have to take care of all the areas.
And whether you talk about the Philippines or in the US, the business of antidepressants, anti-anxiety drugs, and the number of cases where patients even commit suicide.
Especially in our country, here in the Philippines, no?
Yeah, I mean, physically they're healthy, but they die because what triggers it? The depression.
Yeah, the stresses that they cannot cope. And
so our goal now, why are we into healthcare? Longevity?
Quality life.
Quality life.
Yes.
So
we have long quality life that I think we have to work hard for. And I think of all, it's not that we are trying to, be competing with each other in the health team. As nurses, we are the members who stay most of the time with the clients, right?
Right.
And so we are the guardians na given by the doctor and other members of the health team that responsibility, or you'll be there with the patient, you'll be there with the client sick or well, and just give us a ring, give us a text if you need our services, right? But as a nurse, you will always, I'll be here on 8-hour on my foot duty. Diba? Nandun ka talaga. You will get out, unlike a physician, just go on rounds for how many minutes, and you can get out from the area.
Well, I think in terms of healthcare, the nurses are really the frontliners.
Yun na nga primary talaga.
But the problem is, though they are frontliners, they focus more on the physical.
Yeah, that's right. There must be I think, a modification of priorities in teaching. Physical, we cannot do about it. We cannot remove it, it's there. Because what clothes the yung parang yun ang nagdagamit ng spiritual at saka psychological aspects of the human being, eh, di ba?
Yeah. Now, in relation to that idea that we have to emphasize that healthcare should be holistic, I have this book
Okay.
I written by Dr. Hayward Bruce Ewart, Soul
Yeah,
Rate,
yes.
actually,
A new term,
yeah, recovering personhood after abuse. This is the second book, and while he was writing this book, he asked me to read the pre-published one, and then I read the part of the preface, and this is for me. Whether you are undergrad or graduate, this is a very useful book to reinforce the spiritual side of a person, or even not only spiritual, but you know, emotional, psychological, and maybe physical in the long run. Because, as you said, some diseases are manifested physically, but it is caused by some kind of a psychological, mental, or spiritual disorder.
Or stress.
Stress.
Yeah.
See? Now, I would suggest that you have to get a copy of this book, or
Yes, I appreciate you bringing that because it's so timely. Because Pastor Edmond Osias, you remember when we were discussing about what's wrong with education now, is that it's not our fault, but maybe it's the individual, it's the school, it's the society's fault, or there is a gap in really trying to professionalize teaching as a profession, in the sense that we have to always keep in mind that educators, whether these are educators of health professions or not, no, they themselves must be ready in teaching how to be strong teachers of nursing, of medicine, and of other health courses, in terms of the spirituality that they have, di ba? Kasi if they are not spiritually charged, you know, how can they also promote in their students the spirituality that they must develop when they become parents, diba?
I think the materialistic worldview is the problem
That's
there.
it. That I think is stronger than our desire.
And it follows. I mean, nurses, students or nurses would go into the nursing profession on a materialistic worldview.
Because that is what the culture of the media, no? That I think we also have to remind media most of the time, kasi sila they are the ones actually bombarding or overloading us with this, no? Materialism.
And we go back to the Bible that love of material things, that love of money is a sin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Unahin mo muna siya, the Lord, then everything will just come out.
Right.
Diba? Find all the materials that you need, all the money, all the food, all the, diba? The good things that you like to have, you just come, diba?
And
Hindi yun na continue. It's not consistent.
if you are influenced by that material, there is no end to craving for more money, craving for more. There's no sense of contentment.
So I think we have to create an environment in our school, if we have a school, in our training center, if we have, in our community, in general, where we have this spirituality a priority over anything else. Diba?
Yeah, I mean, that idea of loving, that idea of caring,
Yeah. That's why in my new manual now, or manuals, if you look at the nursing care plan, it's a nursing care planning format. We'll teach the student or the future nurse how to really take care of a patient sick or well, of a client sick or well. So I will see to it that the care plan must have talagang separate column for the physical,
Right.
the spiritual, Kasi dati, when we taught this, we just have the format, and it's up to you now to find where you will place the spiritual aspect, the physical, and then all the rest. So now, I think, sabi ko, I will have to place so the student will not miss attending to this. It's not just a reminder, but it is giving him the chance to repeat the same experience, and the habit forming will be towards the holistic type of caring.
Yeah, right.
And even the staff nurses must not stop doing this in the actual practice.
And what's sad, Madam, is that there's so many nursing graduates here in the Philippines who end up not practicing nursing the profession. Most of them are in the call center, some of them are in real estate, some of them are,
Yeah.
I think...
Just to survive.
Just to survive.
Oh.
But if they advance their education from the bachelor's level to the graduate program, master's or doctoral, it will open doors for other opportunities.
Yeah, you're very right. Because
The nurse can become therapists, counselors.
Yes.
They can open their own clinic.
Yes.
Where
They can be
they will be
independent
life coaches.
practitioners.
Yeah,
Yes.
they can be life
So they will
coaches.
not rely or just depend on
The bedside nurse.
employment from
Right,
other
right.
countries, etc.
Uh-huh.
So they can put up their own clinics. as
So
you
we
said.
encourage, do not of course, it's better if they're working, and then the graduate program is really working at the same time pursuing.
You're giving me an idea. So as counselors, they can be health counselors
Yes, health counselors.
because they are nurses.
Yeah.
So they can be health counselors.
And
With spiritual health?
Yeah, and we know that, for example, the door to enter the United States as far as nursing profession is closed,
Yeah.
but if you enter the U.S. through religious visas,
Yes.
if you have that qualification, say masteral or doctoral, and you are trained to do counseling,
Counseling on healthcare. Yes. So that is another venue that we can.
that if the dream of going to the United States,
Yeah, they can realize that
they can
At the same time, they will be spreading na the spiritual health counseling specialty for nursing.
Yes, yes.
I think we have a good plan,
And
and I will include that in the curriculum
yes,
for
yes.
the Master of Arts in Nursing. I am still having students, and I am still attached to a school with an MA in nursing and MA in hospital administration.
What a waste of knowledge if you don't use it.
Yeah, I think we will introduce that as a separate subject to give emphasis or the importance of spiritual health in holistic care. I think that is
And
a good
I think in the United States, I noticed there's really increasing numbers of people with mental and psychological behavioral
I think
problems.
that is what we have in the States. Well, in
In the Philippines, there
the,
are cases now of suicides,
which is also growing a little higher
Yeah.
na than before.
and
because of the nature of
There are people here in the Philippines
society
that
now.
they are not productive because there is anxiety, there is depression that is not diagnosed. So
Because of our number, our population is